Hello, everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Friday. Happy Friday, January 13th. That would be Friday the 13th, but we're going to look at that in a positive, happy way. Number 13 can be a lucky number. All right, we do have a couple of meetings to tell you about this morning. At 9:30, we have the third landscape committee that will be in the boardroom. And then this afternoon at 2 p.m. is the United Mutual Town Hall. That will be in Clubhouse 3, and that is the PAC room, so you can check that out. On our show today, we have a variety of different things going on. We have, coming to you, Genesis Medical Center. We have Genesis Medical Center, and that is with YZ Azar, who is the business mind behind it, and Dr. Esther Mark, who is the doctor that they have who does all different kinds of things to help with all different kinds of ailments. Then we have Sports Corner with Cole Young, and then the Village Breeze with Elise Rothrock, and she goes through a couple of different great features that are going to be in that magazine coming up. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. Well, we're going to start our rainy conditions tomorrow, but today we are looking at partly cloudy skies. So take a look at these numbers. We're at 66, 51 today, but then we begin our rain. And I think after all the time that I've been here, I don't think I've ever seen 4 days of straight rain. 66, 51 today, 59, 53, 58, 52, 58, 48, and 58, 45. Be sure to take a look at these numbers. Local beaches, 57, 52, 62, 55, Santa Barbara, 58, 49, Palm Springs, 64, 51. However, Palm Springs, beaches, and Vegas are all going to have rain. Tahoe, 31, 22, Big Bear, 38, 28, Mammoth, 27, 18, and Vegas, 58, 45. Rain at all of the venues. However, in the mountains, we are looking at snow. If you are traveling to any of these locations, check the travel at caltrans.gov, because as you know, with the last storm, we had tons of flooding, and there's just going to be an awful lot of snow, so you never know with those road conditions. So make sure you check that out. And just a reminder that today there is going to be a meeting, and that meeting is from 2 to 4 p.m. in Clubhouse 3. It is the United Mutual's Town Hall. And they're going to have a man named Chase Douglas who's going to be there from State Farm. And it is all about insurance that is available to you. If you would like to go, please RSVP to caseydm1@gmail.com. All right, when we come back, we will learn all about Genesis Medical Center. So stick around.
At Genesis Medical Center, our goal is to treat chronic conditions with a traditional and holistic approach to get the best results. We created a program we call Diabetes Reversal, targeting people with prediabetes and chronic diabetes. The patient is closely and personally monitored. We check parameters, blood sugar monitoring, A1C, cholesterol, high blood pressure, and weight. We offer natural supplements, and we will hopefully decrease the amount of medications you're currently taking. We teach lifestyle modifications, increase confidence, and control the disease.
Welcome back. Well, we have two folks here from Genesis Medical Center. We have Dr. Esther Mark and YZ Azar. Thank you both for joining me. It's very nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Now, Genesis Medical Center, tell us a little bit about what the concept is.
I'm the business manager, and Dr. Mark is our clinician at Genesis Medical Center here at near Laguna Woods Village. The things that we cover are basically anti-aging treatments, as well as joint therapy for joint pain, as well as cognitive decline. We help our clients with rejuvenating their senses, specifically to the central nervous system, and we have modalities that will help them achieve that. Okay. And also weight loss and diabetes reversal. These are things that we focus on. And aesthetics, Dr. Mark's an expert in the aesthetic field. Okay. She does Botox, fillers, the IV treatments. Okay. She's very good at that. And those are the things that we cover generally.
Okay, so let's talk about when you say reversal. I mean, how far can you actually go with these treatments? Can you get an entire reversal of diabetes?
Well, definitely that's the goal. Of course, we have people that are now on insulin, so we have people with type 2. They're affected not only from majority of times from the possible side effects of diabetes, and they're usually overweight. So we help with that. Okay. And with a diet, lifestyle modification, we try to almost like teach them what to do, encourage them to follow the program.
Okay.
Of course, patients, if they take medications and losing weight allow them to lower the blood sugar, then we can decrease the doses. And if there is a need for, let's say, if patients are especially overweight, we can use a medication as well that has been recently approved by the FDA that is called Ozempic, and is pretty miraculous drug that we can.
Is that an injection or is
that an injection?
It
right.
is, okay. But then you're also talking a little bit about a combination, right? I mean, you're talking about weight loss, you're talking about eating well,
right,
and injections. So what kind of therapy do you put them through beyond what you just mentioned?
Well, again, if the patient is already on treatment, our goal is to, with let's say a couple of medications that we usually use for treating diabetes, our goal is to reduce as much the doses of the medication, maybe hopefully discontinue it. But we coach our patients because we give them a very complete dietary program, but the goal is after the several weeks that the patient needs to be on their own and follow, eliminate the carbs, increase physical activity, focus more in eating good proteins, good vegetables, just for the best, to obtain the best results.
The philosophy is that, there's a lot of yo-yo dieting that happens in society, and we've all heard of all the different diets, but our approach is that we want to have a lifestyle change combined with nutrients from the inside, the food that you eat, the psychology that you have, the exercise that you do.
Right.
So Dr. Mark combines all these things in a program, and then of course maintenance after. Okay. It's very important. Everyone can lose the weight, but then how do you keep it off? So we have a good program to sustain that, and it's a lifestyle change. It's not something where overnight it's going to give you a miracle, but it's something which you can sustain and slowly change the lifestyle and achieve that optimal health as we age, as we all age.
All right.
So that's the philosophy behind that program.
So let's talk a little about some of the treatments that you utilize that could potentially help folks with these various types of ailments. You have IV injections. Tell me about that.
IV injections basically involve, nutrients that we would need as any of the vitamins that we take by food, we don't absorb. So the IV, it absorbs it at a much higher percentage and better rate. And you can tell them some of the types of IVs that we offer.
Yeah, the most common protocol that we give for intravenous vitamin administration is called Meyer protocol, that contains all kinds of vitamins from B complex, D, calcium, magnesium, and vitamin C. But then what we can do, we can customize the amount of nutrients that we put inside the saline IV bag to improve the ailment that the patient suffered from.
Okay.
An example, if a patient has an upper respiratory infection of recent onset, we give a higher dose of vitamin C, and it's definitely miraculous. Wow. We have lots of cases of lingering COVID, and the treatment is incredible. The results that we had, because people complain of this chronic fatigue, this hair loss, this, feeling low, almost depressed. Our IV treatment has really improved their symptoms.
Well, that's great, and that, like you said, if you're not getting the nutrients from your food, then this is a great supplement to be able to do that with. What are some other things that this treatment can help with?
The IV vitamins from weight loss, from detox from certain medications, to boost the immune system, and even for aesthetic purposes. Vitamin C doesn't brighten your skin, besides being excellent for the function of the body.
What about for hormones?
Yeah,
does it help with that too?
Yeah, it could. Okay. That's a little different.
One of Dr. Mark's expertise is hormone balancing that we do for males and females in a very natural way. So that's something where if your hormones aren't balanced properly, then your weight loss will be affected.
Definitely.
Right.
So it's sort of like the basis of your problems, the building block. So she'll do a complete hormone assessment on you as well when
Right.
you come in.
Okay.
Right.
All right, perfect. All right, let's talk about some other things that you specialize in. You have anti-aging and rejuvenation,
Right.
and beyond the IV treatments, you also do Botox and fillers.
Right. We do quite a few aesthetic treatment, not only derma filler, Botox, but we actually use the platelet-rich plasma. They can be injected or used in combination with microneedling to improve the, gives you a glow and helps regenerating collagen. So sometimes we use it in combination, so we can actually inject everywhere, not only in faces, necks, hands. We combine derma fillers with platelet-rich plasma, and to get the best results. And we do a treatment for hair loss, and we PRP with injection of the scalp at the affected area, and is extremely successful. We have physicians that refer a patient for after had a hair transplant, and to keep the follicles growing. So natural and amazing treatment, good results.
So when you talk about hair loss, there's a couple different things. So the COVID-19 is people have been experiencing hair loss, but then also there's a thinning of the hair that actually a lot of women have trouble with, where it's right down the middle. Does something like that help?
Yeah, that has to do, you were mentioning hormones. Hormones have a great deal of impact on that.
Okay.
And in women it's more dramatic after menopause and postmenopause, but happens in men as well. Aging affects both of us, men and females, right?
Unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't seem to be as forgiving as some. But all right, excellent. And then now, interesting, you said something about joint health. What do you do for that?
Yeah, so joint therapy, everyone has joint pain as you get older. Inflammation increases in the body. So as your joints get inflamed and you get those aches and pains with aging, the first line therapy is the PRP, which you mentioned, the platelet-rich plasma that gets injected into the joint in lieu of getting cortisone or steroids. There's a lot of studies now. If you look at the University of Chicago, they have a big study that they're replacing corticosteroids with PRP treatment as a first line of treatment for joint pain. So we do that automatically when they come in. If they qualify, Dr. Mark will get you on that joint with PRP treatment, and it's very good, very 90% effective. Yeah, it's very good.
Well, there's a lot of folks here who play pickleball and tennis, and we have pain in our knees and our elbow, the big tennis elbow. I have heard of people who have done that instead of surgery.
Right. Platelet-rich plasma is. The treatment is good not only for chronic degenerative disease, but for acute injuries as well.
Wow.
Has been used for a long time, more than 50 years for athletes, and it's a natural treatment, and it's like almost using your own stem cells.
Yeah. All the professional teams, they do it for maintenance.
Right.
It prevents the joint from deterioration as well.
See, that's better then, because I think you can only have so many cortisone shots in your lifetime before it gets
no more than 3 a year, so that's what usually is recommended. Right.
So when someone would like to come see you, do you provide a consultation and kind of figure out what it is that they're looking for?
Yeah, so the process is you just call the number, you say, I want to get a consultation, you come in, you'll see Dr. Mark and her nurse, and they'll sit and go through your whole history.
Okay.
And then they'll come up with a customized treatment for you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Anything else that I might have missed?
We also have male and female sexual health enhancement and treatment.
Okay.
And that's something that's up and coming, and a lot of males come in for that, and they're very satisfied.
Okay.
They can come in for a free consultation for that as well.
Perfect.
Females as well. We have treatments where they want to feel young and rejuvenated, and we have protocols for that as well. And Dr. Mark is very good at that.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for the information.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Lisa.
it.
You're welcome. If you want more information about any of the things that we have discussed, you can always go to their website, which is genesismedicalcenter.com, or you can call them on the screen for a consultation. We'll be right back.
Happy Friday and welcome to the 45th edition of Sports Corner. I'm Cole Young, and January marks some major events in the sports world, so I will jump right into it. As usual, the first event in January is the College Football National Championship game. The New Year's Eve Bowl games this year that blazed the trail to the National Championship were some of the best college football games of the year. Georgia held on to a victory over Ohio State after a missed field goal, and TCU shocked the world by upsetting Michigan. The stage was set for these two teams, and on Monday night, the wait was finally over as the world watched these two teams face off. Unfortunately, and those of you that had to suffer through this game know what I'm going to say next, this was one of the biggest blowouts in football history, making it a painfully boring game. The Georgia Bulldogs became back-to-back champs, earning their second straight national title after putting up a record-setting 65 points against TCU. The Horned Frogs came into this game as a huge underdog, and many experts thought they could continue their magical run and upset the reigning champions. That was very much not the case. Early on, Georgia went up 10-0. TCU showed some fight after scoring and making the game 10-7, but it quickly became 17-7, and then 24-7, and then before we knew it, it was 65-7. But TCU still has several reasons to hold their heads up high. Many analysts picked TCU to finish 7th in their conference this season. They upset several powerhouse schools along the way, finishing the regular season with a 13-1 record. Unfortunately, they could not put up much of a fight against Georgia, but I think they will bounce back next year and put together another great season. Now that college football has come to an end, all eyes are on the NFL, and the playoffs are finally here. About halfway through the season, I reflected back on my preseason predictions on which teams would make the playoffs, and I figured now's a good time to revisit them again and see how close I was. In the AFC, I predicted that the Bills, Colts, Ravens, Broncos, Chargers, Bengals, and Dolphins would make it to the postseason. While the Colts and Broncos finished essentially at the bottom of the league this year, I did get the other 5 right. I still stand by that not thinking the Chiefs would make the playoffs this season might be my biggest regret of this show so far. Here's a look at the AFC playoff bracket. I'm pleasantly surprised to see the Jaguars winning their division and earning the number 4 spot, but I think predicting anything other than a Chiefs-Bills AFC Championship game would be unwise. In the NFC, I predicted that the Rams, Bucks, Packers, Eagles, 49ers, Cowboys, and Lions would make the playoffs this season. The Rams, much like the Colts and Broncos, finished towards the bottom of the pack this year, but the Lions and Packers were just 1 win away from making the postseason, so I'm not too upset with losing those picks. Here's the NFC bracket. Similar to the Bills-Chiefs, I can't see any other NFC championship matchup except for the 49ers versus the Eagles. Overall, out of the 14 playoff teams, I predicted 9 correctly. Not bad. And for my regular season weekly picks, my final record was 39-12-1, which is a perfect 75% winning percentage, so I'm pretty happy with all those results. There's 2 games tomorrow, 3 games on Sunday, and 1 game on Monday night, so tune in to all the playoff magic and appreciate the conclusion to this incredible season. Football is almost completely gone until August, so enjoy it while you can. Once football season's over, I'll begin to more closely cover other sports like hockey, baseball, basketball, and more, so be sure to tune in and continue tuning in to Sports Corner for the months to come. I'm Cole Young, and enjoy what the NFL calls the Super Wildcard Weekend, and I'll see you next time.
Welcome back. Well, we have Elise Rothrock here, and she is the editor of our Village Breeze, and she wanted to give us some highlights. Welcome. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. You know, the Village Breeze is such a beautiful, excellent magazine, and I just want you to give a brief overview of how it came about.
How it came about? Well, I'm not sure if I've shared before that the Director of Media and Communications, Eileen Paulin, both she and I, and our associate, Susan Logan McCracken, are all from the publishing industry. Mm-hmm. That's where we have our roots. And Eileen always had this great idea that having a hard copy full of engaging content, informative content, something that people could refer back to answer questions, to get a phone number, look at great photos. Having that hard copy in hand for every manner would be a great idea because we do reach a lot of people through What's Up in the Village.
Right.
And Village Television and some of our other platforms, but not everyone.
Right.
And of course, we deliberately pick images, strong, singular images, that maybe encourage people to keep them on their coffee table
Right.
or, someplace nearby where, it looks lovely, but it also serves a very important function.
And it's something that's gone away from many magazines. They think everybody's going to go online and look at all the articles or look at all the pictures, but we stare enough at the computers if you're working during the day. That's the last thing I'd like to do is look at my teeny tiny phone with images, right? Or trying to read. Or, sure, you can pull out an iPad, but it's still not the same.
That's true. And it all depends on how you like to consume your content.
Right.
Your demographic might have something to do with it. Personally, I still love books, magazines, hard copies of things.
Yes.
You don't need to charge them. You can take them anywhere with you.
Right.
But magazines have suffered, unfortunately, and a lot of the publications that are still around and successful are very niche.
Yeah.
They cater to a specific audience.
Right.
News magazines, they try to stay relevant, but I think that's the harder content to perpetuate just because there's so many news feeds on your digital devices.
Absolutely.
So.
And the social media, the minute you go and look for something, boom, there it is in your feed. So crazy stuff. So, all right, let's focus on the Village Breeze. Now, of course, you mentioned the photographs, the single photographs that you prepare for each time. I think we had 2 folks on their bicycles last time, and this time you have a bird of paradise.
A bird of paradise. There's such unique, beautiful flowers. I remember when I first came to California many years, like 30 years ago, and I saw a bird of paradise plant, and I just thought how beautiful they were. And I still think that, even though, they've become very commonplace,
right.
In various scenes and hikes and things like that. But it's a beautiful image. It's a strong image, and
very California.
Yeah, very California.
Very California,
yeah.
which you wouldn't really know these days because we've been getting so much rain. but anyway, that's okay. Now, the next photo I love is, we were just talking about this last week, is Jim Cook.
Yes.
He was the Santa Paws guy.
He was the Santa Paws man, and apparently he's done that for years. And he loves it. Just look at him. He's the perfect Santa Claus with his hat and his Hawaiian shirt. He loves Hawaiian shirts, but he's got a red and white one for his Santa Paws role. And he truly has a gift with animals.
That's great.
The animal whisperer.
I know, that is so cute. And you guys will do that again next year?
We hope so.
Good.
We hope so.
Good. Now, this page that I'm looking at, is this basically just pointing out all of the different features that you have?
Yes.
Okay.
Those are just the articles that we have in there.
Okay, great. And you have varying people who do the articles. We were just talking before you came on that Jennifer Carmarker is someone that works with you, and we
Yes.
loved her when she used to come on.
Yes.
And now you've been able to have her participate, as well as probably residents too, right?
Yes, we have a lot of different sources for participation. Jennifer is a great writer. She knows the village, and she brings her stories to life, and we love to work with her. As a matter of fact, she has 2 feature articles in this issue, which is great. But we also get some content from residents. For example, in Community Connected, which is on page 20, that's usually where I like to bring together the photos and the stories and the news items that residents like to share and want to share with the wider audience.
Right.
So we have that. And then We Hear You. Those are all questions that are submitted by residents, and those are answered by Catherine Laster, our services manager in the GM's office.
Okay.
So we do get a little bit of resident input.
Okay.
Would love to have more.
Well, that would always be nice. I think that'd be great. Now, one section here, this looks like it's on page 3. Page 3. No, page 2. You've got the different departments. So the different departments, is that just an overview of what happened like the last couple months, or what do you do there?
It can be, or it can be information that those departments really want to get out there to residents.
Okay.
It can be pretty much anything.
And same with the boards.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
good.
that content is driven strictly by the boards, what they want to share with their members.
Well, just like I was talking with Eileen last week, and she basically was reiterating a lot of the things that you're saying, is that we really want to be in front of everyone with lots of different communication, and Village Breeze just happens to be one of the ways that we're doing it. And let's talk about an article that you mentioned Jennifer has written, and it's about the 90+ study. Now, we did an interview with the gal who organized that, and it's an ongoing study, but I love the results.
I do too. It's such an interesting look into what keeps what they call the oldest old vibrant and healthy, and also taking a look at the physiology and the neurology, what's going on with these people, because living to be 90 or living to be a centenarian, that's pretty significant. And so this study looks at what makes these people seemingly mentally, physically healthier than others.
Yeah. So that's a great article. Excellent. Now, they should be expecting it anytime now, and they just need to look for it in their mailbox, and they will have it. Perfect.
That's right.
Perfect. And then, of course, if anyone has any questions, they can always send an email. I believe it's to info@lagunawoodsvillage.com. Would that be the appropriate one?
They can send email there, or on the editorial page, my email is at the bottom. People can always email me directly.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. Great interview, great review, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. If you'd like more information, or if you would like to submit possibly content, you can always send an email to Elise Rothrock, or if you have any questions, info@lagunawoodsvillage.com. We'll be right back.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. Remember me? I'm the king of whoopee. And you're watching Village Television. But everybody does.
Welcome back. Well, our movie for today is called Annie Hall, brought to you by Memorial Care. Let's take a look at our weather one more time, because we are anticipating some severe rain that's going to be happening right here in South Orange County. We are looking today, mostly cloudy skies, 66, 51. Tomorrow, 59, 53, 58, 52, 58, 48, and 58, 45, all with rain. And if you take a look at the numbers for traveling, you definitely want to make sure that you go to caltrans.gov, because we are expecting rain throughout all of the beaches, Palm Springs and Las Vegas, and a lot of snow in the mountains in Tahoe, Big Bear, and Mammoth. So you can always rewatch our program at 12:30 and 5, Monday through Saturday, or you can check out our YouTube channel, Village Television, and you can type in ThisDay or any of our programming that we do here on Village Television. Have a great day. We will see you again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Bye-bye.